Okay guys, welcome to the Helicarrier build, the new exclusive set from Lego. It's an awesome model. You start by building like a plinth where you stand all the figures on. It has micro and mini figures in this kit. We can see here that we're building the stand which holds the Helicarrier. It's a really heavy model once it's finished. You start with this the front of the boat, and then you work backwards using these little boat pieces in dark grey, which is really cool. And then you keep pressing back, making more of like the base of the boat. It's not a boat, it's a ship. Well, it's not a ship, it's like a spacecraft thing. I don't know what the heck it is. It's some massive thing in the sky, which the Avengers use as their base. Having not seen it, I'm rubbish. You keep building up the features to make it quite tall, building up the base, and also putting in like the mechanism that makes all the fans turn later. I'm not a big fan. Oh, little cameo appearance by my son there. I'm not great with Technic pieces. I don't like making coggy things and pinny things and vehicles and all that rubbish. So for me, this was quite a challenging build at this point because you had to build like the main mechanism, which powered all the fans that you'll see that we build later. So yeah, that was an interesting part for me. As you'll see in the video, I put everything in and think, oh, I shouldn't have those spare pieces, and then end up having to rip the whole thing out. There we go, and then put the whole thing back in. So yeah, not my favourite build, just because there's quite a few sections in it that are very technical, but it's kind of expected of a model this size that it's got to have such a strong interior, really. As you can see, I'm rocking out a very stylish onesie right now. I do change onesies through the video, as it was over several sit-ins. It's such a big ship to build. I think in total it took about 12 hours to construct. But as I said, it has got some really nice features, like the first section. We're building the front of the ship. That's like a miniature control room, and there's loads of like little panels that you slot in. And as you keep building it, there's more and more things that you become aware of, like the fans, and then the engines. There's lots of little details. I just wish it had been done on an even bigger scale, really, because imagining the detail that you could do on something even bigger would just be outstanding. I know there's like a UCS carrier that's just been taken forward into the ideas process that will get rejected. But I really think that that does it justice. This doesn't quite do it enough justice. It's not quite big enough for the scale of the actual real-life model to fit all the details in that you'd really want. But except from that, it is a really good build. This bit, I was kind of a bit apprehensive about. I was like, oh, building 4 of the same thing, it's going to be really boring. But to be fair, you only build 2 that are exactly the same, and then the back 2 fans, they're a completely different build using different techniques and pieces, which was a really good touch, because there's nothing worse than building lots of the same thing. That's the problem I found with the Tower Bridge, and I can imagine would be the same for the Eiffel Tower and the Taj Mahal and big things like that. So as you can see, all 4 jets are on now, all 4 fans are on now, engines. And now it's just a case of laying the runways and really just finishing it off, putting in the detail at the top. I really like the printed runway bricks. They're really cool. It looks really high quality. I'm so glad that they didn't use those as stickers, because they would have just been a nightmare to stick on. I've not actually put any of the stickers on my set, just because sometimes I think it's better without the stickers, because then if you decide that you want to put them on later, you can, and if not, then you're not doing any harm to the model. Yeah, you're missing out on a couple of numbers here and there that should be on the side panels, but I don't really think it's massively important, to be honest. So the size of the ship now is really quite large. It's probably one of the longest models out there. It's like building a Super Star Destroyer. It's just it kind of got a bit to the point where it was inconveniently long, so it had to disappear. Just because I'm building the top runway here, there's just so much space that it takes up, and it's a big chunky ship. it reminded me actually in parts of building the Imperial Star Destroyer, just for the fact that it was so cumbersome. And nobody likes a cumbersome model when you're trying to build and film and all of that jazz. But trying to get a camera angle to kind of show you the size of it, because it looks fairly small, but you see there, that's like the size of the table. And then we're just onto the final bag now. The final bag, almost a bit of an anticlimax to the model, because you're building all the little things that go on the ship. So there's like mini Quinjets and mini forklifts and mini like oil wagons and stuff. So it was kind of like, it would have been nice if the runway was the last thing to be done at the top, because it's quite an impressive thing to put on the model. Whereas just adding little fiddly bits of detail, it wasn't quite as exciting as I would have hoped for. But here's a close-up video of the actual model itself. You can see it's pretty cool looking. There's lots of nice details, and all the fans spin as well, which also adds for a nice little feature. And to say it's UCS, it's very playable. There's lots of playable features here with the moving Quinjets and planes and trucks. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and if you like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends, and feel free to drop some comments in models that you'd like to see me build in the future. Thanks again for watching, guys, and just as we finish here, we'll do a little panned out shot of the Helicarrier in all its glory. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll hope to see you soon.